A week ago, I just graduated from the University of Arizona, and immediately I enrolled into a different course of data and science. And 6 months ago, I could not open a spreadsheet without being anxious. Today, I am halfway through that field that once paralyzed me. And what I am here to talk about is fear. Fear of mathematics, fear of statistics, fear of products, fear of even having the knowledge, fear of being seen, fear in general. That is what I want us to talk about. There's something paradoxical about moving towards fear instead of running away from it. When you decide, let me step into fear instead of let me run away from it, and you allow yourself and you let yourself be one with it, there's a shift that happens in you, in your brain, in your system, in you as a whole being. And that is what I want to talk about tonight briefly, because I have learned a lot through this entire experience of being in the field of data science, statistics, and mathematics. Most of us, actually I think all of us, because all of us, we are scared of something. We do not pursue fear like we are supposed to do, because since eternity we have given fear so much power, and we treat it as a negative thing. We treat it as the enemy, and it has been the enemy for the longest time. Ever since we were born, we know fear to be an enemy. What we don't understand is that fear has been designed to be a signal, a messenger. But the minute we humans hear its alarm, we go into panic mode. Through my experience in this class, I have realized that when you learn to pursue fear instead and investigate it, sit with it, feel it, let your bones feel it to the core, and allow it to move within you without resistance, you end up realizing that it's not solid. It doesn't have teeth like we think, we have thought. And I know I'm distracted because I don't know how to multitask, but I'm trying. So let me tell you when the dissolution happens, why the dissolution happens. Since fear thrives on avoidance and imagination, as long as you are running away from it, then you are feeding the story, the worst case scenarios, the catastrophes, and whatnot. When you decide to turn around and walk towards it, then the gap between fear and reality collapses, because you are no longer operating from a place of fear, from a place of scarcity and avoidance and imagination and constrictiveness, if there is such a word. So you end up becoming one with it, and reality collapses, because now the story that you've been telling yourself about fear no longer exists. Eventually acceptance happens, because now you are one with it. The tightness in your chest, the trembling, the hole in your stomach that you feel the minute you're scared, all those sensations, physical sensations, you stop fighting with them. And do you know what happens in that surrender? Paradoxically, you end up finding steadiness. Not because fear has gone away, because you feel calm, you are grounded, you are no longer at war with yourself. If you've listened to people that have gone and interacted with deeper forms of fears, they define it as clarifying or liberating even. Because on the other side of the threshold, there is less that you need to protect yourself from, because you faced the thing, which is the fear. So, taking this course has taught me that there is nowhere to hide if it doesn't work. And I can't make excuses for the numbers, for the equations, for the knowledge, for the there's no room for me to hide. I have to be in it, and be in it fully. Let's be sincere. The kind of fear that is wrapped around data and science feels so abstract and unforgiving. And numbers don't lie. Equations deserve precision. The same rigor that made everything about data and science so terrifying to me is what makes everything so liberating, because I have now stepped into it. I am not running away from it. I am one with it, because I am actively participating in it. During the class sessions, I've learned that there's nothing wrong about failure. If anything, failure is just nothing but feedback. Data does not judge me. All it does, it shows me what's true. I am learning to sit in that reality and in those facts because there's nothing I can do about that. I am halfway into my course, and it's the sweet spot where the initial panic no longer exists in my world. By taking this course, because also it is a long one, it is going to take me a couple of months before I complete it, I am yet to internalize how capable I'm about to become. It's also a rigorous experience because it's work back home straight to class, because it's the only time I have for myself and my dream of completing this course and doing something different with my life. Mine is to tell us that moment when fear starts to dissolve into competence and gradually you can barely notice it's happening. That moment, that is the one that you need to sit down and absorb and realize that you are becoming powerful. Because the minute you start, you become an individual that runs towards fear. You pursue fear, you consistently do it. And I'm not telling you to do it blindly so that you can feel like you've conquered something. Absolutely not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about making a choice that from this minute henceforth, from whatever day you decide, you choose, that you are consistently going to choose to pursue fear. That moment, then you end up becoming a powerful human being. And I promise you, because right now I can feel it in my bones. I'm yet to internalize it. Even the way I'm walking, it's different. My confidence is doubled, is tripled, because I know I have been so scared of this. Even back in high school, I didn't like sciences, honestly. I did. How I got through the classes, it's by God's grace. And now doing it, and I'm grasping whatever is being taught. You can't tell me nothing. Also, I feel like my skin has changed, and has changed a lot because I'm not getting enough sleep. I'm barely having my meals properly. It's actually today I was realizing that I have not been taking water consistently. My schedule has changed, but I'm not regretting anything really, because I know this is for my benefit. I'm also becoming an academia. If they say, is it an academia or an academic? But yeah, I'm becoming an academia. And what else could I do? What else could I do with my life? Go back to school if you can. If you have the chance, we have so many courses. Do not disguise the power of these free courses, the short courses. If you can afford it, please do it. Do it. One day it might not come in handy immediately, but eventually it shall come in handy. Give it a thought. I am yours, Ndinda. Make sure you check me out on YouTube, subscribe, and let's elevate ourselves and become the best versions of ourselves that we've always wanted to be. And I'll catch you soon.